Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, if you're even remotely interested in history, collecting, or simply finding hidden value in the things we overlook every day, this is the place you want to be. Now, I want you to picture something. You're sitting at home, maybe organizing a drawer, going through an old box of odds and ends. Among the loose screws, forgotten batteries, and dust-covered pennies, your fingers brush against something a little heavier, a little shinier, and a little older. You wipe it off, squint at the date, and see the year, 1993. 2 cents. South Africa. At first glance, it's nothing special. It doesn't shine like silver. It doesn't sparkle like gold. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin, a tiny copper-plated piece from the early 90s, might just be worth more than most gold rings in your collection? And I don't mean a few bucks. I mean thousands. There's something thrilling about finding worth in something the world has passed over. For men in our age group, those of us who grew up with change in our pockets and a respect for craftsmanship, there's a certain satisfaction in discovering that a relic from the past holds value today. And not just monetary value, but historical, cultural, and personal meaning. Now let's talk about this coin, the 1993 2 cents from South Africa. It was struck during a fascinating time in that country's history, right before the major political transformation that reshaped the entire nation. It was minted as part of everyday currency, but it was also part of a fading era. The coin features the South African coat of arms on one side, a symbol of power and authority, and on the reverse, a majestic bird in flight, clutching a fish. Not just an image, a statement. Balance, survival, freedom. Now, this isn't a rare coin because of its low mintage. In fact, millions of these coins were produced. It circulated widely, passed through hands in markets, taxis, shops, and farms. It was everywhere, and that's what makes its current value so surprising. Because not all of those millions were created equally. Somewhere in that massive batch, something unusual happened. You see, coin collectors, real collectors, know how to spot the unusual. The tiny imperfections. The variations in strike. The small differences in alignment, the misprints, the double images. They know that sometimes the most valuable coin isn't the one that's the rarest in quantity, but the rarest in quality, or era, and that's where the story changes. Imagine this, 1 2-cent coin, same date, same design, but struck just slightly off-center. Or with a small die crack running along the edge. Maybe it's a coin that somehow avoided circulation, kept pristine in a box somewhere for 30 years, its surfaces untouched. These coins are the ones collectors will pay good money for, sometimes great money. Now let's think about you for a second. You've lived through enough decades to know that value isn't always obvious. You've seen trends come and go. You've seen people toss aside things that later became priceless. And you've probably got more than a few items lying around that others might ignore, but a sharp eye like yours. You know better. You understand the patience it takes to wait for value to reveal itself. This 2-cent coin from 1993 is a perfect example. Most people wouldn't look twice. It's not gold, it's not rare in number. But for the man who knows what to look for, who knows how to inspect details, who knows how to research and preserve, this coin becomes more than currency. It becomes an asset. A find. A moment in time captured in metal. Now here's where it gets real interesting. In certain collector circles, verified specimens of this exact coin, with the right characteristics, have fetched prices that would shock the average person. We're talking not just a few hundred, not even a few thousand, but several $1,000s. Why? Because the right coin, in the right condition, at the right time, becomes more than a coin. It becomes a conversation piece. A sought-after gem. A piece of history that some is willing to pay handsomely to own. Let's not forget, many people your age started collecting coins as boys. Maybe your father handed you your first coin in a plastic sleeve. Maybe you used to sort pennies on the kitchen table. Maybe your first lesson in value wasn't in dollars, but in dates and metals. That knowledge, that instinct, still counts today. You haven't lost it. You've just been waiting for the right moment to use it. So now, I want to encourage you, the next time you come across old coins, don't ignore the small ones. Don't overlook that 2-cent piece from South Africa. Study it. Look at the details. Feel the weight. Inspect the edges, the lettering, the image. You might be holding something others missed, something with a story worth more than its weight in copper. And now, for the moment you've been waiting. 4.1 verified version of this 1993 South African 2-cent coin, in exceptional condition and possessing just the right features, was recently valued at a staggering $5,590. That's right. A coin most people wouldn't bother picking up off the ground, worth over $5,590.